Hello, everyone. Many of you have been joining us on our live broadcast, Home Stream Your Helena Symphony, presented by AARP. In fact, thousands of people around the world have been joining us. We are so grateful for the generosity of AARP Montana and the countless sponsors and generous donors who have made this concert experience happen. We said from the beginning that we're not trying to duplicate the concert hall experience, but we're trying to innovate it and to bring it in a new and creative way. What has remained true is our mission. We're here to engage, enrich, inspire, and transform lives through our music making. And we're hoping that you have enjoyed that and have been impacted by that, especially this year, a year that we have needed music more than ever. We're thrilled to announce the 2021-2022 concert season, our 67th season here at the Helena Symphony. Our plan right now, everything is moving towards this, is that we will be back in person. Performers on stage will be vaccinated. We will still abide by health guidelines. But right now, as we stand here today in spring of Helena, Montana, it looks as though we will be back in person with you in our audience. We may even still continue to stream. For those viewers around the world who want to continue to watch, we will have more announcements about that later. The season will unofficially open at our benefit concert at the end of June at Montana Ting. This is a special concert that we have done as a fundraiser. It is a red carpet event, incredible food, drinks, the music making of the Helena Symphony Orchestra and Chorale, and up to 500 people. All safety precautions will still be in place, but you'll be able to enjoy this concert in person at Montana Ting. That is on Saturday, June 26th. Tickets are $150 for that. You can contact the Symphony office and purchase your tickets for that. The second concert that often is the unofficial opening to our season is the Intrepid Credit Union Symphony Under the Stars. While we are not ready to make an official announcement about that yet, we are moving towards that. We are working with the Lewis and County Public Health Department as well as our partners for this event, Carroll College, in seeing if this can truly happen. Obviously, there's a lot of logistics and health concerns with 18,000 people who attend that event, but we're optimistic at this point. But we will announce more about that in the coming weeks or within the next month. Most importantly, the 2021-2022 concert season, season 67, will open on September 18th. We really believe it's important to capture the emotions, the trials, the difficultness, and also the triumph that our community and the human spirit in general endured this past year. So it's appropriate to launch the season with one of the greatest works of mankind, where the composer questions, why can't the city of man be equivalent to the city of God? And that's Beethoven's Ode to Joy, his 9th symphony. This piece has been used throughout history. At the end of World War I, the end of World War II, when the Berlin Wall came down, it has been celebrating what we can do together when we celebrate each other and how we are more alike than we are different. So that will open. We'll also have a special tribute to those who have really stepped up during this year, our frontline workers, our healthcare workers, and we'll also remember those who were lost this year. That season opens September 18th. The second concert in October will really much be a concert of healing, a concert that really helps us remember and mourn those who have lost in a way that's fitting through music. It will have Rossini's Stabat Mater. The Stabat Mater is a prayer where Mary, the Virgin Mary, is holding her slain and murdered son in her arms. It's not so much a sacred work as it is a very dramatic, almost operatic work, where it's about a mother just mourning the loss of her murdered son. It's something that we can all relate to in the sense that we all know people that have been lost during this past year. The other half of the concert will have miniature works by Gustav Mahler that also help us tap into something much more ethereal and heavenly that allows us to remember with more of a smile than a tear. Our next subscription concert in January really features one of the greatest pianists living today. He's been here before. He's a Van Cliburn Gold winner. John Nakamatsu, and he will do the reflective and fun Ravel's Piano Concerto in G major. It's one of the great works. It incorporates American jazz into it, but also the second movement really helps us to pause and stand still. And that spills into the second part of the concert with Vaughan Williams' Fifth Symphony, which almost feels like a soundtrack to something like a Lord of the Rings or something like that, where it's just very much out of this world. It's a reflective, beautiful landscape of music. In February, we're going to tap into the elements of love, of course, with Valentine's Day and Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet, and also elements of heartbreak and loss with Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, two incredible works for the orchestra. In March, we will venture into really what I think a lot of this season is about, and it's really about taking back, almost aggressively, physically, emotionally, in a way that allows us to transform and transition into the next chapter of our lives. A work that really had truly caused a riot when it premiered in 1913, that it was sensing the brewing and the kettle bomb that was waiting to explode in Europe before World War I, and that's Stravinsky's Rite of Spring, the piece that changed music forever. It's a piece that, while it's set into a ballet, it's a piece that really allows our own emotions to transition. It has a strength to it, a visceral energy that is sometimes disturbing and beautiful at the same time. It's one of the most important pieces of mankind, and there will be nearly 100 players on stage for this. It's an incredible piece, and we will open that concert with the Israeli-American cellist Amit Peled performing Elgar's heartbreakingly beautiful Cello Concerto. It was the last work that Elgar wrote after the death of his wife. So both of these works capture really what this season is about. It's about loss, but it's also about transformation. It's about change, and it's about aggressive taking back of our lives, reclaiming and reigniting and re-entering the world in a different way where you're forever changed. And finally, we will end with a work that we should have been doing a year ago, and that is Bizet's Carmen, one of the great operas. In fact, perhaps the only work that has sold every single seat in addition to temporary seating in the Civic Center here at the Helena Symphony that we did over a decade ago. This work is about love. It's about escape. It's a messy love triangle between a handsome soldier, a sexy bullfighter, and the free spirit gypsy seductress who is driven by her heart's desires and makes men melt. It's one of the great escapists of the stories for the stage. So we'll do that with some incredible cast. We have incredible guest artists. We certainly have our education concerts, 4 Symphony Kids programs, a youth concert, and then our special non-series concerts, which subscribers, season ticket holders have access to before the general public. Certainly Symphony Under the Stars, assuming that we can make that happen. Mozart by Candlelight in November, where we will bring back Russian pianist Anna Kitslinia to perform Haydn's graceful and intimate piano concerto. We'll also be doing Mozart's first major symphonic effort, his 29th symphony. And then finally, the Christmas in the Cathedral, where we're going to do a special and more traditional lessons and carols that really helps us tap into the season in a reflective, meaningful way that also allows us to remember this past year. So all of these concerts, it's well over a dozen concerts here for season 67. Subscribers get to renew right now at the older prices. If you renew right now, those who would like to join us as season ticket holders can do that starting the first week of June, June 4th. And then you can also purchase your non-series tickets as well as the season tickets before these all go on sale to the general public. We're hoping you join us. What has been more true than ever is that the Helena Symphony exists for you this past year. With the exception of one concert, this entire season was performed in a different way. You joined us, people from all over the world joined us. But what is really true this year, it exists for you, but it exists because of you. You have made this season possible. We are so grateful for all that you have done to help us bring music into your homes in a totally different way. We are excited to welcome you back into the concert hall with us. We miss having you there. We miss the energy you bring, and we're excited to bring back the entire orchestra and the entire chorale onto the stage for you. That night on September 18th is going to be a special night. We hope you join us for that night and for the entire season. Thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe at helenasymphony.org. You can call the office, 406-442-1860. helenasymphony.org will have all the details. Current subscribers need to call the office or fill out the form that you will be receiving in the mail this week. Thank you again for watching. We look forward to being with you in the concert hall.